Welcome to the Common Man Football Show. My name is James Coburn, and today's episode, we're talking about the 2019 NFL Draft Class. That's right, 2019. We're moving forward. And in this video, we're going to go over Drew Lock. We're going to preview his season prior to 2018. So we're basically looking at his data, looking at what his potential is going into the season, and what his potential could be after the season. Drew Lock, in many ways, is a quarterback that has been rumored to be favorable amongst NFL scouts for many different reasons. One, he looks the part. He's tall, he has a big arm, he has many of the same traits that a guy like Josh Allen had. Now, he's not quite as poor as Josh Allen when it comes to his production data, but there definitely is that appeal to him from the sort of tall, big arm stereotype that scouts just gravitate to for many reasons. So in this video, we're basically going to look at all of his data. So we're going to look at production analytics, we're going to look at his high school production score, FBS production score, career production data, and then I'm just going to come to some sort of, maybe not definite conclusions because, again, the 2018 season hasn't started yet, but I'm definitely going to give some brutally honest truths about Drew Lock's situation. So, you know, if I get hate comments, that's fine. But I'm just telling you what the data says most of the time when it comes to him. So if you're new to the channel, new to the work that I do, all terms and definitions will be in the description. With all that stuff out of the way, let's get to the first bit of information, which is his high school production score and his FBS production score. 100% of starting quarterbacks since the 2007 NFL draft class had at least a 69 or higher high school production score, and 100% of Pro Bowl quarterbacks had at least an 84 or higher score. When you look at Drew Lock, he had an 83.15 high school production score, which is pretty dang close to the Pro Bowl score, but his FBS score is the real area of concern. Only had his highest FBS production score in his entire career was 68.13 out of 100. The vast majority of Pro Bowl quarterbacks since 1958 have had at least an 80 or higher. The only quarterbacks who didn't hit 80 or higher, one is Brett Favre, Matt Hasselbeck, Michael Vick, and Jake Delhomme. Well, not Jake Delhomme. Drew Bledsoe, sorry. So there's only been 4 quarterbacks since 1958 who had less than an 80 or higher single season production score to go on to become multiple Pro Bowl or better quarterbacks. So again, it just kind of shows you how rare it is for a Brett Favre to show up, for a Drew Bledsoe to show up, for a Michael Vick to show up even. You know, these are not guys that come out every year or so. So Drew Lock already from the get-go needs to be essentially an outlier in order to become a great all-around potential quarterback, if you will. Another issue with Drew Lock is his career FBS production. His highest career production score was 36.56 out of 100. That's his career score, which is where you take all of his production data, add it together, and then divide it by how many years he played. In Drew Lock's case, he played 3 seasons, and you basically add all those production scores together, and you divide it by 3, and then you get 36.56 out of 100. Based on this information since 1958, the bottom end threshold for all-pro career quarterbacks is 77.32 out of 100, with the exception of Brett Favre, and Pro Bowl career quarterbacks is 64.60, which is every single quarterback except for Michael Vick, Matt Hasselbeck, Brett Favre, in terms of like multiple Pro Bowl types. And then the starter threshold is 17.26 out of 100. So Drew Lock, based on his career FBS production, is looking closer to a starter than he is a Pro Bowl player. But when you get to the averages at the position, so the average All-Pro score, the average Pro Bowl score, and the average starter score, way below what those averages are with Drew Lock. And the tough pill to swallow with Lock is essentially this. It doesn't really matter what Drew Lock does this season. So Drew Lock could come out this season and have a 99, like he could have the best statistical season in college football ever, if you will. Like just getting 99, having the highest yards per attempt, adjusted yards per attempt, touchdown reception ratio, completion percent. Like he could go out and just blow it out of the water, which is very unlikely based on what he's done in the past. But he could do that and still not get anywhere near the Pro Bowl career score or even the starter career score. So it doesn't really matter what he does this year. He's simply not going to hit these averages. And not only is he not going to hit the averages, he's not going to hit the bottom end thresholds either. So he's not, no matter how well he performs this year, he's not going to get to the Pro Bowl career threshold, which means that he would ultimately have to become an outlier, to go on to become a multiple Pro Bowl quarterback, or a multiple All-Pro quarterback. Now, the only positives to him, again, is he does have a good high school production score, 83.15 out of 100, which is pretty decent. Not near the Pro Bowl career quarterback threshold, but it does give some hope that maybe there's some more development coming along, and maybe he ultimately becomes that outlier because he was just slow to start, and he was in a situation at Missouri, which has been kind of a mess from an offensive standpoint. Anybody who's watched Missouri knows, it's been all over the place. So, but essentially is this when it comes to Drew Lock. And a lot of people don't like when I talk this way about prospects, but when you look at all the data, and we're talking about data going all the way back to 1958, in some cases 2007, which is still a pretty large sample in itself. And the data says something clearly, and it's screaming at you in many ways. Again, you have to accept it. So there will probably be Drew Lock people out there, and I hope Drew Lock proves the data wrong. I hope Drew Lock goes on to have a long career in the NFL as a long-term starting quarterback or better. But based on the data, based on the information that's available right now, it's very unlikely that Drew Lock goes on to become a multiple Pro Bowl quarterback, starter quarterback, and his profile next year, like when I do another one of these profiles next year, is not going to look much different than what I'm showing you right now. There's really not much room for improvement here, and because of that, that's just the ultimate thing of it. And again, it is what it is. So let me know in the comment section below, what are your general thoughts about Drew Lock as a quarterback? I know there definitely is some excitement. I don't want to dampen that excitement, but again, you just have to look at the historical precedent in many ways. Of what prior players performed. And the thing is, Drew Lock definitely has talent. I'm not denying that. But you just have to kind of accept some of the facts with him from a development standpoint. And of course, my name is James Coburn. You can find my other work at draftcoburn.wordpress.com. You can also follow me on Twitter at JimMetrics. And if you like this content and you want more content like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Share this video as well with anybody that you know. Hit that notification button so that you're always reminded when another video of mine drops. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.